Hey there Pisces, welcome to my channel, Twinfinite Divinity Tarot. Hopefully you're all well, happy, healthy, wealthy, and abundant. Today we're going to do a soul connection, twin flame, soulmate, life partner, whichever you identify as, reading for the month of November. Most of the time they come out as, readings for people in separation, but only take what resonates for you. Gender is fluid in tarot, so it's never specific. And let's begin. Oh, I'm going to look into the divine feminine connective energies between the two, and then the divine masculine as well. Kind of see what's going on between the two of you. What kind of advice Spirit might have. So for the divine feminine, I'm getting, you've got a lot of love to give, but I don't think you're sure which way to give the love out. You're, it looks to me like you're in a place to where you're getting a little tired of trying to keep balance in your life with, should I stay or should I go kind of energy, right? It's like your cup is overflowing, so of course you want to give it back to others. But you're kind of stuck in the mindset of, like, as much as I love this masculine, as much as I would love for it to work out, I kind of feel like it's causing an imbalance in my life. And I can see why, because associated with this connection is the Ten of Wands and the Hierophant. And again, it's like something about this connection creates a very heavy burden. And the burden could be the separation, the burden could be that one of the people in the connection is refusing to heal. And they may not be willing to even, so I do see that it's kind of like a make or break point for this connection, whether it's going to stay or it's going to go, right? Now, the divine masculine knows he has pain, but he's very blinded to it. I kind of feel that he realizes, like, he's been through a lot, but he's not seeing it correctly. He's not seeing it as an opportunity to grow, to change, to move, really. He's kind of just blinded to the pain a little bit, which could bring out some animalistic tendencies within him. And what I mean by that is, like, hurt people, and I say that all the time. And I have a feeling that, like, a lot of the pain that the masculine has caused has gone unseen, or, like, not that the divine feminine doesn't acknowledge it. It's more of the masculine doesn't really see it because he's got an excuse, because he's hurt, right? He says, I'm hurt, like, I don't know what else to tell you, this is who I am. And it's causing a pretty big burden for this connection. Like, as much as I think the both of you would love to be together, there's still very heavy burdens that one or both of you is carrying. And it's coming to a place that looks like where the divine feminine can only juggle this for so long, right? The idea of it coming back together. But I'll get more information. It's not all, going to come out right away, but we'll clarify. Now, it could also be that the Divine Masculine doesn't necessarily know how to heal or how to get rid of the pain, or not even where the pain comes from, you know, because it could have to do with a lot of different things. Oh wow, okay, Divine Feminine, you got a lot of cards here. The first card out is mission work, which I think is very beautiful, especially being in very strong soul connections. The main purpose of a lot of the separations and things like that are to push you towards mission work, to push you towards healing yourself and then being able to help others to heal as well. And you're standing very strong in this goddess type of energy, right? Really embracing the divine feminine parts of yourself, knowing that you're worth more, but you still have a very strong desire for this masculine, or you could just be overcome with desire for them at times. And that's probably something that you hide from others, because I have secrets here. It's kind of like there could be secrets around this connection as well. People are gossiping about the connection on the outside, not really saying much, but a lot of secrets involved here. I think it's more of you're trying to focus on the positive, and even though you have a desire for this masculine, because you're standing in your goddess energy, you're not necessarily going to go their way, because they're still dealing with a lot of things under the surface that are causing like heavy burdens. But you could have also found out some secrets in regards to what the divine masculine was going through or doing, and it doesn't look like it's deterred you any. It kind of looks like the more that you hear, the more that you desire them. This connection could have been a secret in the past. Okay. Okay, so for the connected energy, I've got Mercury, which is messages, travel, communication, but then I've also got guilt and sabotage. So I'm kind of feeling like one or both of you may have said, well, let's meet up, let's go see each other, let's communicate more, let's do this and that and the other. But it kind of feels like both of you sabotaged in some way, or the divine masculine sabotaged, and that could be the guilt that's causing the pain right now. Is like I kind of get like when it's on it's great, but when it's off it just feels terrible, because I think the guilt that comes from it is like, you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't, because you're scared and afraid of being vulnerable or opening up to another person or something like that. Let's get more information. Where's the divine masculine? Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the connected energy for a minute. I kind of feel that there will be communication. Now, the communication could be about like the burdens that the two of you have gone through being apart, the guilt that each one of you share, as far as like, I should have communicated more, I should have reached out, I should have done this. Maybe that's what the secrets is about. Maybe the feminine wants to say, you know, I feel guilty that I didn't keep in contact. But XYZ. On the feminine side, I think that you're getting to a place to where, as much as you desire this masculine, your main focus right now is your mission work. And that's where that imbalance comes in. It's like, I can't keep holding on to this because my life is kind of going elsewhere. My life is more focused on what it is I need to do for me. I've got a lot of love to give, but I could give more to my actual mission work if I were to like let this go. And I think that's kind of like why it's still up in the air, is because there's not been that closure of was it going to be something or wasn't it, right? Now, okay, for the Divine Masculine, I've got stability and chaos. I see that the Divine Masculine does want to be stable. He does want to be more secure. He does want to give more to life, create stability for himself, his family, the things that he goes through, but he doesn't know how to get there. And that's the main thing I keep getting, is this chaos that resides inside of his mind, which stems from the lack of the parts of him that are unhealed. He's not sure how to quite get to the place of stability. He's not sure how to be stable because of all the thoughts that constantly go through his head. The fear, the moon cannot be associated with fear, so fear and heartache, right? And the more that he's living in this chaos, the more that he's creating hurt, the more that he's creating pain, the more that he's creating the chaos that goes on in his head, because until he gets healed and can really become stable and make decisions appropriately, the more that he's going to live in more of an animalistic, reacting off of impulse, rage, even anger. But it's like that chaos in his mind that's constantly saying, like, you're not enough, you'll never make it, you'll never be able to be stable, you'll never be able to be back with this person, you'll never be able to relinquish the burdens that you carry. You've got too much guilt, you sabotaged it too much. And the fear is what's keeping him stuck. And I do see a very stuck energy for this Divine Masculine, unfortunately. And like I said, only take what resonates for you, because this could not, be your connection that I'm reading for. It could be associated with somebody else. But Divine Feminine is doing great. And I kind of feel like the reason, if she's not communicating with the masculine, is because of all the chaos that is going on in his life right now. Basically, she doesn't want to be a casualty of the war that he's facing, right? Or maybe she has been over and over and over again, and she's just at the point to where she's like, you know what, I'm going to drop one of these pinnacles I'm juggling. Like, I'm just going to focus on my mission work. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to focus on self-love and what makes me feel good, right? And unfortunately, sometimes that happens even with very strong soul connections. One person can refuse to change. They can refuse to surrender. They can refuse to forgive themselves more than anything, and then the other partner is left to find new love. And with the Ace of Cups on your side, Divine Feminine, I do see that there's love for you. If you do decide to let this masculine go about on their journey without being connected, then there is love that will come in for you. So don't worry about that. And I know it's hard, because I see that you have a lot of love for this person, for sure. Okay. And I see for the feminine too, you are doing your own shadow work. And I think that the more that you're going about your self-love, and the more that you're facing the idea of letting this situation go for good, you're really looking at those parts of yourself that are going to keep you from repeating history again if you were to move towards some new love. The shadow work is necessary, and nobody's ever too big for it, like, basically, the more you live, the more shadow that builds up, and you gotta go through a few times a year, like, look at those shadows, those pains that you didn't look at. Now, I kind of see there's a conclusion with this. I kind of feel like you're gonna get to the bottom, because I feel very heavy energy, as far as even the thought of going on without this person. And that could be the biggest shadow that you're facing right now, is like, why am I so scared to let them go? Whether it just be energetically, right? It's could stem from something that, you know, had happened when you were a child or something like that that makes you very wary to just trust and surrender them. So it's like you're still kind of holding on to them, even though I do see you're going very strong about what it is that you need to do for you. Now, I'm going to pull from this Cosmic Contracts for the connective energies, and this is basically going to say, like, what lessons did the two of you come here together to work on, or what does this connection teach the both of you? Or what has it taught you? Okay, I've got Prosecutor. I will make you accountable. That could go from both sides. I kind of feel like maybe the both of you lived in a place where you never really had to take accountability for much, you know. And so, like, within this connection, the more that you've taught yourselves to create boundaries around yourself, the more that you've been the prosecutor, you've been the jury, you've been it all, right? To make each other more accountable to how you're living. And this connection kind of pushed you into a very uncomfortable place to where you have to be accountable for your actions at this point, because otherwise it's never going to get anywhere. And that could be reflective onto the Divine Masculine in time, but for right now I don't see it, right? Because what's attached is sabotage, and that says, I will make you want to give up. And I see that's kind of where the Divine Feminine is. It's just like, you keep sabotaging, you keep dropping the ball. I want to give up. I want to move on. I don't want to be connected to this anymore. I get that very strong. Like, as much as she does want it to, she kind of wishes she wasn't. She may have tried many a times to actually let it go. Okay, let's see. This is the Haunted Divine Masculine. Let's see where he's at. What's really on the lower levels here for him? The dark, unconscious. I've got spells and sleepless nights. I'm thinking about you. So, Divine Feminine, if you ever wondered if your person didn't think about you as much as you thought about them, just know that in the sleepless nights they are thinking about you. And then it says haunting. I tried to wash you away, but you just won't leave. I kind of feel like it's reflective on both ends. Like, I think the both of you wanted to wash the other person away and couldn't. So this isn't the best reading I've had for the collectives, but I will say that Divine Feminine, y'all have really stood out. You show yourselves to be very aware. You show yourselves to be doing your thing. As much as you want this person, I do see you setting yourself aside from them, because you don't need to be drugged back into something that you know isn't healed and needs to be healed in order to work out, right? So I'm going to pull from the Halloween Oracle, since I'm reading still before Halloween, but and the Moonology to kind of get overall for November. Sorry, it's not rainbows and sunshine, but sometimes it isn't. But I mean, on your end, I think that even without this person, your life seems pretty in line, as far as you being on what needs to be done for your own healing and loving yourself, for sure. And even it looks like you're out there making an impact on the world as well. And not saying that divine masculine is in some horrible place, but it does show like he's still very unsure about this connection. I don't think he's done a lot of healing. He still holds on to a lot and doesn't quite see it yet. He will get there, but okay. So the overall energy is creating through the ashes. So Divine Feminines, if you want this connection to come back together, I would say just send your person love and light. Do the best you can to be positive when it comes to the thoughts you have about them, the thoughts you have about this connection. Because the more that you don't feel they can grow and change and heal, the more that they're not going to. Because your two energy is very connected. So if you're basically telling them on an ethereal level, like, I don't think you're going to do this, I don't think you'll ever get it together, they won't, you know, because I think they have enough doubts on their own. So just feeling that you felt the same way would cause problems. I do kind of feel like this situation has gone up in flames and is kind of now in the ashes. So just focus on like what you can create from that mess and that fire and that, you know, destruction that seems to be a prevalent part of this connection. So we have work through your fears. Yeah. Both of you work through your fears, and then your dreams need a practical plan. Yeah, like I said, if the both of you want this, there's going to have to be a lot of healing done, especially the longer that the masculine refuses to. I don't think he's necessarily refusing. He's just got a distorted view of reality, which is keeping him from getting that stability that he so wants and craves for this connection. Because he does want a commitment here. He does want this to get somewhere. It's not that he doesn't. It's just that he's blinded because of the pain. You know, he's blinded to this pain that he carries around and doesn't realize how it's really just affecting everything in his life. But let's pull some charms to close it out. I'm going to do some of these charms and then some of the letter charms. Let's see, what do we have? We got a seahorse. You could enjoy the ocean, the beach. You've got a butterfly. So there is change. There is metamorphosis going on. I see a plane. And along with that Mercury and communication, there could be some communication. And then I've got a shell, which again is ocean. And I'm not sure what this is. I think it's got to do with the Irish or the Celtic or something like that. Could be part of either one of your heritages. And I've got a bat. So Halloween could be an important holiday for the both of you. And then a cat. And cats are kind of like that sneaky type energy that kind of lurks around, and that could be like the shadows lurking around this connection. So there could be people watching the two of you, trying to cause some kind of like trickster type of energy. Alright, so the letters I've got are O, E, M, K, 2 G's, and a B. Doesn't spell much, but it could be the initials of the person you're watching the reading for, or help it to resonate with you to make you be like, oh yeah, that's mine. I hope you got something from this. If you like this video, please smash the like button. Thank you as always for everything you do. I appreciate you guys. I love you more than you know, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.